Hey, it's me. I got the inspiration to start making this video diary after checking Facebook after I got off work, and I saw this link to this like really obese girl doing a cover video, and from her YouTube I flowed into this girl with autism making a vlog, and it was kind of a little bit more inspiring than the first person. I was like, maybe I should make a blog, a vlog, a video log. One time my friend Ben told me that I should be a talking head and make vlogs. Well, let's see. It's now February 26th, but it was February 25th, my mom's birthday. She turned 59. I texted her and said happy birthday, but she was in Shreveport for a meeting, and I was at work, so I didn't get to see her. I did text her. As I was leaving for work today, my stepdad is like fussing at me for not cleaning the dish right. Made me feel bad. I hope he's not too angry. Kind of worried about work. I feel like the boss doesn't like me, but he's too polite to say it. He's being like passive aggressive about it. But we'll see how that works out. Like, he's joking with me and told me I was fired today. And he asked me if something was wrong because I was being quiet. But I mean, it was a pretty cool day at work. Had some incidents to relate to that. Like, I was making this delivery, and it was a bunch of cars, and it was all these black folks having a party. And so I give them the pizzas, and I'm waiting for the woman to come out and get the pizza, and I'm going to get the money. And these guys are sitting there barbecuing and stuff, and start like engaging me in conversation, talking to me. And he's like, "Yeah, man, we're cooking coon. We're cooking coon." And I was like, "Huh? What? What are you talking about?" And I finally like realized he was saying coon, like raccoon. And I almost couldn't believe what the dude was saying, but it smelled pretty good. And he's like, "You want to try some?" And I was like, "Well, let me get rid of these pizzas, and I'll get the gum out of my mouth, and I'll try some of your raccoon." And so I did, and it was pretty good. Like, I was kind of nervous. I've heard, like, raccoon and possum, you should, after you trap them, keep them alive for a little while, and, wait so that they make sure they're clean. They haven't been eating carrion, because they're apt to do that. But anyway, I was content with trying that raccoon, and it was awesome. Like, it made my night, really, because I felt like experienced a slice of life that I otherwise would not have had I not been working there. And that's what I like about the job. Like, that's what I like about delivering pizzas, is meeting all those different types of people. It makes it interesting and fun, and you kind of get to see them on their turf, which is, it's a little bit better than just like working inside the store. I made decent tips tonight. One of my coworkers made $14 on one tip, and I was jealous because I made about $20 taking 10 runs. And I went in at 6:15 and got off around 12:45. So I worked about 6.5 hours. I worked a lot this week otherwise though. I mean, it's been a busy week. I'm paying my bills down. I feel good about that. Been working there since about the 3rd of February. So not quite a month. Where else did I go? I went and saw a woman with a busted hand. She was really nice. Yeah, some folks just don't tip. Like, I went to a rich person's house. They didn't tip. They're just paying with a credit card. That's cool. What else is going on? I started reading a new book called Life Before Man by Margaret Atwood. I just finished a book by Ann Tyler called The Tin Can Tree. And I'd read one of her other novels, The Homesick Restaurant, and I liked it. Life Before Man seems pretty cool. I've liked most of Atwood's work so far. Cat's Eye, this novel by hers, I kind of dug that. The Blind Assassin, I didn't get all the way through, but I'd like to go back and finish some more of that. Alias Grace is good by her. The Edible Woman. And there's The Handmaid's Tale, of course. That's a classic. That's the first book by her I ever read. This girl I used to be friends with told me about it, and it's kind of more like science fiction. They made a movie version of it with Robert Duvall, if you're into watching movies and not reading books. It's a good one to check out. What else about Margaret Atwood? Oh, Oryx and Crake. Like, that's her sci-fi novel that's about genetics and eugenics, like the future with biotechnology, and that's a little bit more spot on than Handmaid's Tale, because Handmaid's Tale is more like an alternate history where there's a theocracy in place, where the United States is called the Republic of Gilead. And just like slaves would flee north via the Underground Railroad into Canada, it seems like they're fleeing the fundamentalist Christian regime that's been set up, the theocracy, into Canada from the Republic of Gilead, and it's really not high tech. There's not all that like gadgetry. It's more just a different, like, alternate dystopian history. But Oryx and Crake seems more like the way things are going. Like, I think the future will be filled not with new computer technology, although that will get better, but more like new biotechnology. That's where it's at. Things are taking off there. I was going to say something else and I forgot. Oh yeah, I've been thinking about applying to grad school in English Lit. The deadline is March 15th, and it's already almost into February. I sent out a couple of emails today, one for a state scholarship program and one to an old teacher for a letter of rec. I sent them out on Friday and Saturday night, sent out on Friday around noon. I didn't hear back from them that day. I'm going to give it until about Wednesday and then decide where to go from there. I hope I can get my scholarship back. When I had it, before I stopped going, when I graduated and stopped continuing it, I was set. Like, I could go till I got an exit degree. But now I'm not sure. Like, that's uncertain. I might have to reapply and be reapproved for it. But I was looking up tuition, man, and that's worth it. Like, definitely. Even though I'd rather go part-time than full-time. And as far as like what I want to do, I'm confused. Like, I have like two widely divergent paths where I could either maybe do pharmacy or go into like studying like a degree in English at the master's level. And so if I'm just talking about the English degree, there's either creative writing or studying literature, and then they have an online degree program through my university. But I'm not sure which one I want to do. Like, part of me wants to kind of explore the writing option and to see how I like it because it's different, it's new. But that seems more like I wouldn't enjoy it. But I'm curious about it. Like, maybe I could just try one class and see how I like it. I'm a pretty good writer. I used to write a lot of poetry. I haven't written poetry in about 2 years, and it frustrates me. Like, I wish I was still writing something. Or if I got out of poetry, maybe I could start writing short stories. Wait, in that letter to that teacher, I wrote a good deal to him. I was talking about what I've been reading. I checked out some John Muir. I read a book of his a couple of years ago called 1,000-Mile Walk to the Gulf, where he headed out from like Indiana, lower Indiana, upper Kentucky, and walked all the way down to Florida in about 30 or 50 days. It was really fast for a 1,000-mile walk. And it was right after the American Civil War, so the country was kind of in turmoil and lawless. But it was a good read. And there's two books that kind of form a sandwich around that one in time. And the one before that one was called My Boyhood and My Youth. And it's about, his younger days. And then the one that comes chronologically after that is called My First Summer in the Sierras. And I think that's where I'm going to start, is with My First Summer in the Sierras. Now, I'm not positive, but I do believe that, like, they're chronological as far as his actual life goes, but they're not chronological in the sense that they were written in that order. I believe that 1,000-Mile Walk to the Gulf was written in his old age and prepared as a manuscript, like from papers he had written, and then like kind of cobbled together into a book. But I mean, I prefer Muir to Thoreau. Like, his spiritual vision, just his whole philosophy of life, the fact that he was adept with machinery and able to earn a living in that respect, and is a little bit more practical. Jives more with me than Thoreau's system of living, his philosophy of life. But I want to read some more Muir. The idea of walking a long distance, like hiking the Appalachian Trail or something like that, just sounds so romantic. I need to get a lot better shape and do some more walking, but that's something to work for, not just walk in circles around a track. I was doing good with my walking in December, January, but once I started working, I kind of let it lapse, although I'd like to get back into it. It's just so hard to like work an 8 or 10 hour day, come home, unwind a little bit, unwind a little bit, and then go to sleep, and then like get up and go walk before work again the next day. But I need to make that a priority. Also, maybe like start studying some more of that farm tech license, and studying some engineering. Well, this thing is blinking at me like it wants to stop, so I think I'm going to stop it here about under 10 minutes and see how